So what we're looking at today is adjusting the ride height using the flying Miata coilovers. So to do that, we need to get a baseline of how high the ride height is currently. And I'm using the technique where you measure from the center of your hub up to your fender liner. There's other ways to go about it, but that's what I'm working with today. The other thing you're going to need to use is a measuring tape. So to do that, get your measuring tape out. Go from the center of your hub up to your fender liner. And if we take a look right now, we're just a tad under 13 inches of ride height. So probably between 12 and 7/8 to 13 inches. So we want to drop that about another ½ inch or so. So I'm going to show you how to do that momentarily here. First up, going to have to jack the car up again. All right, now that the car is up on jack stands and we have the wheel removed, you are going to have to crack a couple of the nuts loose. So you need to crack loose the sway bar end link right there and the lower control arm nut down here. And if you really want to go and be meticulous about it, also go into the trunk and crack the two top hat nuts loose. We're talking just loose enough where the suspension isn't under load, so you are not undoing the entire bolt by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe 2 or 3 turns at best. So to adjust the ride height, all you're going to be using are these tools that are called spanner wrenches. And what they do is they hook into these lower collars down here, these blue things, and you're going to twist them to loosen them. Once they're loose, you can move the springs up or down. If you move these blue collars downwards, it's going to give you a lower ride height. If you move them upwards, it's going to give you a much higher ride height. So we have to move these down about ½ an inch. Flying Miata tells you if you move these about for every 1/10 of an inch downwards, for every 7/10 of an inch downwards, you get 1 inch of drop. So we're looking for about ½ an inch of drop. So we're looking for about 1/3 of an inch downwards. So again, all you do is crack these loose and then slide it down, but it does take some time. So to lock the collars, all you do is take both spanner wrenches at the same time, and you're going to twist them in opposite directions. That'll pretty much push the two lower collars together, and that'll keep them locked in so the car doesn't unsettle or change its own ride height whenever it decides it's best to. Alright, and we're good. At this point, you just go ahead and retighten everything down. You do not torque it. No torquing yet. So at this point, we're not done. We have to go to the other side so we get an even ride height. Once that's done, we're going to put the wheels back on and put this thing up on blocks and then torque everything down to spec. Do not torque it down right now, even though it seems like it would be a really easy thing to do. So you got to wait a little bit and then torque it. So we've lowered it back onto the actual weight of the wheel. So if we go and measure it from the center hub, we are looking at, give or take, right around that 12.5 that we were looking for right there. So that's spot on for what we needed. So now that means you get to torque everything up. So at this point, make sure the car is steady on both wheels. Get back under there and torque everything to spec, which I have listed right here. Even my mom knows I did a good job here. Time for a snack break. One of the first ways to determine your ride height, I said, was using the finger test. Now if you look at it, 2 fingers, no third finger, 2 only. This thing is significantly lower.